Yo, anybody in there? Anybody still watching? Tuning in? Guys, B.Jr. from Endurance Productions here. I went combing through the local flea market recently, and that's right, you read the title of this video correctly. It's a VHS update. We're going to party like it was 1985. That's right. Back in the day, after the battle that was Betamax versus VHS, VHS reigned supreme, and lots of great titles kept rocking for at least 20 years after. Guys, there's many different reasons to pick up a few VHSs nowadays, and this is, you're going to sit there and say, this guy's lost his mind. He was a DVD follower, then he became a Blu-ray convert. He's really heavy into high definition, but why in the world is he doing a VHS update? Well, let me school you. Let me tell you. There's many different reasons why I found I've been picking up some VHSs here lately. Mainly, the first reason, there's a few. The first reason is there are quite a few titles out there, believe it or not, that still have not even been released on DVD, much to even say anything about Blu-ray. They just haven't come out yet. A couple that come to mind that is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. That's a horror release. It's never been put out on. It's never really been re-released a whole lot on VHS, much less to even speak of DVD. So, secondly, another reason would be that the titles are hard to find. They have probably been released on DVD one time, but you got to remember DVDs started coming out in the late 90s, and they're out of print, and it just means that you can't get a hold of that title. Another reason would be that it's just a nostalgic thing. If you find it for a quarter in a yard sale or a flea market find for 50 cents, and you just like the cover art, like, I'm starting to realize that a lot of these old tapes had, or big box VHSs especially, held some nostalgic value for me, and I find myself start combing through the VHS selections a lot more, just to see if there's and not to just buy anything and everything, but just to buy certain selections that really that I like, sort of like movie poster collection. Usually I don't pick up a movie poster unless it's just a movie that I really like or a poster art that I really like. Let's get into the stack here, guys, and I'll tell you my reasons for along the way here that I picked these up. First one I picked up for 50 cents is Nightbreed, Clive Barker's 1990 horror monster movie based on his book Cabal, in which I really got to say, I hate to sound like a cliche, but the book is better than Nightbreed the movie. This is one of those titles that just scream the need for a special edition or a Blu-ray with all the trimmings, deleted scenes, a director's cut, you name it, it needs it. But sort of like the first Creepshow movie, the rights are held up by Morgan Creek Productions, and I don't know if they'll ever do. I like to remain hopeful that they'll do a good special edition one day or a director's cut of this film. There is a barebone Nightbreed DVD out there, but even that is hard to find where I live. I can never seem to find it. They had it in a bargain bin sale at Walmart some year or so ago, and I didn't pick it up like a dolt. But I happened upon this for 50 cents, and I gotta say I watched it yesterday, and it was kind of neat too. It's kind of a nostalgic find because I remember this cover art on the video shelves at the video stores when I was growing up. It is, of course, a media entertainment, and that was part of the little Horror Hound video that I did recently. They had a kind of a lengthy article in there about the media home entertainment invasion. This was one of them, one of the last, I guess, in that era. It's a hi-fi stereo, back when that was something. Transfer here on VHS, of course, full screen. But it was kind of nice to have in the collection, at least until there's a better version of it out. Hey, I still sport 2 VCRs in the house here, and I've got a full screen TV in the living room, so whenever I want to rock it old school, I got a copy of Nightbreed there. Oh man, this one brings back a lot of memories. The cover art, just the whole movie experience itself. Sean Cunningham, about in the mid-'80s, came out with a movie called House with William Catt from The Greatest American Hero fame. Well, therein lies, it did some money, did some box office, people liked it on home video especially. Well, therein lies the sequel. People are going to probably laugh me right off of YouTube for this one, but I had to pick it up This is one of those I saw with my mother. Oddly enough, we rented it on home video because we liked the first one so much. We didn't like this one when we first saw this one, and I didn't like it either. But then after it got on HBO, when you started watching it over and over again, you started noticing little funny parts in the movie, and it just became addictive. I always said I would own this one day, but I never have gotten it on DVD, but I found it for, like I said, for like 50 cents in a little VHS sale. It's House 2, the second story. It's kind of fitting to have this one on VHS for some reason. I don't know why. I just have to laugh. It's Sean Cunningham production, although he didn't direct this movie. It's got a lot of the same production value behind it like the first one did, but it's a different story, and I'm not going to review the movie or anything. If you're a horror buff, you know the story behind it. It's not as good as House, the original House movie, but it's just got some laughable moments in it. The guy that plays the old grandpa, and they're after this crystal skull in the movie, and they got little creatures in it, and I don't know, the regular hijinks ensue, and this is a Star Maker video collector's edition, what they would call a collector's edition on VHS. And take a little trip back in time with me. It gives you the stats here on the back. It's got the film clip for The Professional, the feature film, a featurette behind the scenes. Remember, this is VHS. You have to watch the tape. It's kind of like an 8-track in a way. You just have to watch the tape or fast forward the tape. You can't just jump like, of course you can't jump like a DVD. It's got behind the scene profiles on some of the actors from the movie. And I don't know, 50 cents, guys. Kind of takes you back to the old reel-to-reel VHS there. I wanted it for the cover art because I remember seeing this cover art a lot, and also this was one of those that just was an addictive one when I was growing up. It came on cable a lot, and I never have owned it on a decent transfer like DVD or anything like that. Now I couldn't find it on DVD, so I picked this one up for dirt cheap, sort of like Nightbreed, just had to have it. The next one here, guys, is Moving Violations. This is a comedy from the mid-'80s, much in the vein of Police Academy, movies like that. In fact, it's got the writing team and the directorial team behind the movie Bachelor Party, which was one of Tom Hanks' first comedies. It's a little-known comedy. Not a whole lot of people know about this one, but it's just as funny as a lot of them out there. It's got the brother of Bill Murray playing the lead in the movie. Jennifer Tilly's in this one in an early role. It's just got a lot of laugh-out-loud moments. It's not a real great comedy by anybody's standards, but it's got that kind of Police Academy, Revenge of the Nerds vibe that I like so much in a lot of my comedies that molded me. Check out those videos if you get bored. I'll tell you a little bit what my comedy tastes are. Moving Violations, 50 cents, picked it up. Can't find it anywhere. That's another reason. Never been able to find it on DVD. I think it's been released on DVD, but I think it's out of print now. Let's see here, guys. A couple more here. Wanted Dead or Alive. Rutger Hauer. Remember the cover art. You can get this on DVD, but man, I had to have this one on VHS. I had the same exact copy on VHS, this Star Maker deal, forever. And for whatever reason, I got rid of it. And I've got it again here for a few cents. Gene Simmons in a terrorist role. Rutger Hauer when he was cool and in shape for that matter. Whoops, hello, dropped that one. Hope it didn't break it. Here is another one, guys. This one was still in the plastic. It's never been opened. See, it's still in the plastic. It's got this weird little CD sampler that's shaped like a girl on the back. You just put it in your CD player. It's got a little sampler of the music from the film. It's American Graffiti Special Collector's Edition in a clamshell case. It was one of George Lucas's first movies, and it's got Harrison Ford in an early role. I don't know. It's not a real great movie, but it's kind of a drive-in, kind of cruising movie, sort of like Porky's in a way, that type of comedy. I don't know. I picked it up. It's got special interviews with George Lucas, Francis Ford Coppola, and Ron Howard, and all the people in the movie. It's one of those that I like to watch late night if there's nothing else to watch. I don't know. I picked it up. Thought it was pretty cool. I got it for $2. It's still in the plastic. I may not even get it out of the plastic. I dare you to find this final selection, guys. I dare anybody out there to find this one. This was one I picked up for $1. It's a Video Treasures version of David Carradine and POW, The Escape. To my knowledge, it's not been released on DVD. Now, I could be wrong, but I've never seen it. I just remember this cover art, this painted cover art of David Carradine doing his best impression of Chuck Norris. I mean, can you imagine the guys that were sitting there to put this movie together? They were at the production meeting going, you know, Chuck Norris has got this kung fu / action movie by Joseph Zito called MIA, Missing in Action. let's get David Carradine of Kung Fu fame and put him in POW, Prisoner of War, The Escape. Yeah, I can't. It just makes me laugh when I look at it. It's not a great movie by any standards, but it's a really hard one to find. I mean, I just happened upon it and I was like, I'm gonna buy that stupid movie. I'm just gonna get it and I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna enjoy it. It's got Steve James in it, who shows up in a lot of. He was in the Delta Force with Chuck Norris. He's an African American actor and he shows up in a lot of action sidekick roles like American Ninja. But it turns out Steve James is probably better than the lead role in any movie he's ever played in. He was in The Exterminator. He's just a great guy. You know, he's a great guy to watch in action movies, that type of thing. Anyway, POW The Escape. Picked it up. Guys, this has been a VHS retro update. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Take care, dudes.